Hi everybody, it's Keren here from tuppencecoloured.co.uk and thank you very much for joining me today. Today's card has got an awful lot of bling on it, and I do apologise for the flare. I'm trying to hold it at an angle where you can see it and not get blinded by it. But it is a super gorgeous card, and I've actually used my cutting dies to emboss. So stay with me and I'll show you how I did it. Here are the supplies that I'm using for my card today. My card base is a piece of thick Whisper White, and I've cut it to 11.5 by 4, and I've scored and folded it at 5 3/4. My front panel is a piece of the new Springtime Foils Specialty Designer Series paper, and this is in the second release of Celebration items. So you can't buy this, you can only earn it for free when you have a qualifying order in Celebration, and if you're in the UK, that's an order of £40 before postage, sorry, £45 before postage and packing, and it is absolutely gorgeous. And it's actually on a sort of a glossy cardstock. It's really, really beautiful. I'm going to be using lots and lots of that. I have some Whisper White and some champagne foil for cutting. I'm going to do a little bit of stamping using the Happiest of Days stamps, Versamark ink, and I've got a mixture of embossing powder which I created by accident when I accidentally tipped a load of gold in with some silver. Gold or silver will work fine for this project because the foils on the card are gold and silver. And last of all, I'm going to be doing some die cutting with the Eastern Medallions dies, and I haven't got them here, but I'm also going to be using my layering circles framelits. To save a bit of time, I've done some die cutting already. So I've cut this piece out of the champagne foil, and as you can see, it doesn't cut all the way through, but I'm just going to take my snips and I'm just going to release these pieces from the rest of the foil. Just simply taking my snips and just cutting through. And I find it easier to do this from the back, but you know what, you do whatever will work for you. There are no laws. The stamping police will not come and get you. Okay. So that piece now is fine as it is, and so is that piece, which I cut using these two dies. I'm just going to put those on one side for the moment so that the flare doesn't annoy you too much. So I have two circles of Whisper White, and I've cut one so that it fits onto this die, and one so that it fits either of these two inner dies with just a little bit around the outside. Okay, and these two are the same size, so I can mix and match if I want to. And I'm just going to hold these in place with a very little piece of low tack tape, just to kind of stop them dancing around a little bit, just to try and make them even. Okay. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to run them through my Big Shot machine, but I'm not going to run them through to cut. So just want to talk about the sandwich that I'm going to be making here. So I've just got my base plate, not my magnetic plate, just my base plate. And I'm not going to be using this platform. I'm going to have my cutting platform, my silicone mat, and I'm just going to put these two on top of my silicone mat, and I'm just going to put my top plate on, and I'm just going to run that through my Big Shot just as it is. Alright, now I've done this a few times, and it does feel like nothing's happening, but with this particular sandwich I get the results I want. Now if you try it and you're not getting the results you want, the emboss isn't deep enough, then add a shim, just add a little bit of paper, and if that's not enough, add another sheet until it gives you the result you want. But I'm just going to go and run that through the Big Shop, and I will be right back. Okay, I am back, and if I lift this up, you can see that has embossed very, very nicely. Now, I did run this through twice, because the first time that I ran it through, I didn't really get the result that I wanted, so I did think about putting a shim on it, but actually when I put it in the other way up, so that the cutting edge of the die was kind of going into the mat, it worked fine. And here are my embossed pieces. I'm holding them at a funny angle so that you can see the embossing on there. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring back the pieces I've already done, and I'm going to start layering up my card. I've got some fast fuse, which I'm going to apply to the back of my card panel. And fast fuse is being retired, and the applicators are actually sold out in some markets. They may still have the refills, but after it's gone, it's gone. So if you're wanting to get hold of some fast fuse, I wouldn't hang about if I were you. Now I'm going to start to layer up my pieces, and I'm going to start with this piece, which is going to be on the base, and I'm going to use wet adhesive because it's got a little bit more wiggle time, a little bit more forgiving. I'm just going to centre that, and I'm going to put it so that these little points are north and south and east and west. Next piece is this one, and I've already got some dimensionals on the back of this. This is going to be quite a high card. It's going to have quite a few different layers. Now again, I have choices here. I can put that north and south, or I can offset them, and I think I'm going to go with the offset. Have it like that, or I can have it like that, but I think I like the offset just a little bit better. There we go. Got another Whisper White layer next. So again, just taking off the dimensionals that I put on the back. Taking a little bit of care to line that up. And I'm going to put, again, I'm going to go with the little points pointing top and bottom. And last of all, I have this piece with just the one dimensional on, and I'm going to flip up the points in the middle, okay, because that's the way that die cuts. It doesn't cut all the way out, and center that onto my card, and there we go. That is looking pretty glam, I think. And I think I'll add, okay, I didn't mention these at when I was giving the supplies list, but I think that this needs a little bit more bling. And I've got, where are my gold ones? I've got my gold ones out already. Okay, second. Here they are. A choice between the silver and the gold, and I think I will go with the silver after all, and I'm going to use one of the biggest ones, and I just pop that into the middle of that shape there. And I'll try to put it in the right place. Come here. Come on. So just not working well today. There you go. Okay. So all that needs now is the sentiment. I'm going to do a little bit of stamping now. I've got my piece of Whisper White and I've trimmed it down to 1 inch wide, and I'm going to ink up my stamp, get my embossing powder ready. So I've got my verse mark. I'm going to ink up my stamp, lots of light tapping to cover that well, and I'm going to position it towards the right hand side here of my piece of card. And let's have a look. Just checking that one. Yep, that's stamped quite nicely. Just going to coat it in my embossing powder. Got my heat gun here. I'm going to warm it up. And then I'm going to bring it in and I'm going to heat emboss this little bit of card. I'm going to trim the ends with my banner triple punch. I'm just going to centre that in the 1 inch wide channel and pop that out. You see how that fits there. Now I thought about mounting it on a piece of the champagne foil, which I cut to 1.5 inches, but you know what? I think that's nice just as it is. So I'm just going to stick it down with a little bit of liquid adhesive. So there is my finished card. Hope that you've enjoyed this video. Thank you for staying with me this long, and I'd be absolutely thrilled if you'd come back and see me again sometime. But for now, bye bye.